What? You're not saying. No way. Well, if they want to be on the show, they're going to have to go to the Weekly Entertainment site, fill out a form, and they'll be on the show. Yeah? Well, I told them anyway. Okay? Yeah. All right, and you on the other line, remember, make it 30 minutes or less. And, hey, we're on Weekly Entertainment. I'm Crazy Mark here. And you're joining us right now. And today you've got a big treat going on because we have with us world-renowned, super famous artist, Anton Fudge.
Well, thank you very much. I am Anton Fudge. I am from Toronto, Canada. I'm an artist, fashion designer, interior design, and I have artwork in museum across the globe.
Amazing.
What?
Amazing.
Yes.
And I'm not worthy to be in your presence.
Well,
I'll tell you, when I saw that long list of credentials, it was like this long roll of paper towels, dude. I mean, it goes all the way back to, geez, almost like the Renaissance, like you've been alive for almost 200 years. But any comment on that?
Well, I feel like I've been alive for 200 years. It's been a long road with the art, but I battled a lot of demons, my friend. But I've come out unscathed, and now I'm clean and sober.
And we'll get to that on the show here later on, because I'm sure that will be a big inspiration to all of us who are like down by the bottle and want to break that habit, okay? Because you got to grab hold and be strong. Ooh! Anyway, question here. Were you at the Woodward Dream Cruise this week?
No, I was not.
No, I heard some of your friends flew their cars over from like Italy and France.
Yes, I know people who fly their Ferrari over from Europe to drive in this thing. I don't see the appeal of it. It seems like a big traffic jam that you want to sit in.
Sort of.
It's just not my thing.
There's like a jam of many colors, lots of cars, different styles. I've heard like a Kalani car was there. The Hot Wheels mobile was there with their twin mill, you know. They decided to show off all these fantastical cars and everything, you know. But my question is, why won't you go down into Detroit? If it's in Detroit, are you scared or something? Anywho, Woodward Dream Cruise, 2 million people heard that they all showed up and descended upon Woodward to view all these wild and crazy cars go on by. But I'll tell you what, that's good enough for there. Let's get on with the art with Anton Fudge. Now, Anton, got a question here for you. When did you start working with art?
Oh, well, I started with art at as young as 3. I mean, art is for everybody. You know, you child can start with finger paint.
Yes.
Or just crayon, and you can create wonderful things. I think anybody can create art. It's good for soul.
But I heard you absolutely reproduced the Mona Lisa at age 4.
Well, I tried. It didn't exactly turn out like the Mona Lisa, but it was my own interpretation.
Yeah.
But that's what started me on the road. I grew up in very strict Catholic family.
Yes.
I lived in Montreal, Quebec. It's where I come from.
Very good.
Originally.
Yeah.
And my father died at a very early age.
Oh,
yes,
sorry to hear that.
He was coal miner, and he died in mine accident. So my mother was left to raise us. I come from a very large family of 8 children.
Yes.
And we had no money.
Oh, I'm telling you, it's
we
hard
lived
when
in
you're
a
down.
small 1-bedroom apartment.
And that's, was it 10 of you, 12 of you?
Yes.
In a one?
We.
Oh, man.
So, you know, the only escape is, you know, we had crayon. You know, we find pencil on street or at school, and you just draw, and it's a great escape. And I recommend that for anybody out there. Just draw. You don't even need artistic talent.
Well, let's take a look at a couple of your pieces
all right.
of
Yes, I
art
brought
right
some
here.
art.
Let's take a look. Now, tell us, Anton, is this a turtle or a dinosaur here?
That is dinosaur. It's very simplistic. One of my biggest influences is Andy Warhol, and you draw the simplistic.
Wait. Speaking of which, I heard that you and Andy used to hang out a lot. Tell us about like one of those crazy stories that you told me.
Well, the 60s were kind of all a blur to me, so I really don't remember much, which is you know, kind of a dark time in my life as well, which we'll get to shortly. But you know, I like to draw simple drawings because you can make something simple yet have it be really deep.
But I mean, yeah, that's what Andy Warhol was doing. He was kind of a
Right.
minimalist there. And it seems
Exactly,
like,
which is what this is about.
So somehow you all hooked up. I mean, like, so another. Okay, correct me if I'm wrong. You had something to do with some of his illustrations.
Oh, yes, we did collaborate. I also worked with. I'm sure you heard of Artist Basquet.
Okay, yeah.
Yes, I collaborated with him.
Okay.
And Andy Warhol.
Now that's a big name right there. I'm telling you.
And yeah, I was I was really into the Canadian art community.
But I mean, why didn't we see your name on any of the drawings, like that famous banana that supposedly you went half and half on?
Well, that's very simple. It was because of my wife.
What's going on there?
She wanted all my money.
The women. So what's this?
There's a lesson in that. If you want to become famous or you think you're going to become famous, do not get married.
So don't tell me
Stay single.
You were involved with Nico?
No, I was not.
Okay.
I didn't know the Velvet Underground though.
Okay.
I hung out with that whole group of people.
Wow, that was a very turn point time
like I said,
in
it's all
art
a blur
and
it
fashion.
And it got me into a lot of things that took me a long time to overcome. Like the alcohol, the drug.
And yeah, I'll tell you what, when you're going through all sorts of things where somebody's trying to take your good name and just splurge it all over the place, and it's
right,
not
for
really
their own
you.
financial gain. Of
Yes.
course, I ended up winning a lot of my money back in court after divorce, and I sold artwork, but I would never see money for it.
Now, speaking of which, when we were talking about Andy Warhol there, but you noticed something on the set that was part of a design which you had done that no one had given you credit for. Now, what was it?
correct.
Was it you were looking at that balloon with loathing? What's going on with that?
Well, I'm very familiar with that logo.
Go pull it off the tree and tell us about it.
They had a smiley face.
Yes.
Yes. Well, here, hold this. Let me show you.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. What we have here, we've got our happy, have a good day balloon here. We want everyone to have a great day. Yes, indeed. Now, what's going
Doesn't
on?
that look familiar?
Okay. Let's see.
I'm just
here
saying.
we go. Here we go. Where's there it is, right there. Okay, so you're claiming that they took your design?
Well, of course, I'm just saying here.
There it is.
I did this one in 1965.
Yeah.
And when did this come out?
This was like the 70s when those were big. Dude,
There we go.
somebody
Who knows?
ripped
it's
you
a
off.
mystery. It's a mystery.
Somebody ripped you off. I'm telling you.
The truth is out there.
It is. I'm telling you. Let's get our happy face balloon back up there. Oh, I'm telling you, there's nothing like doing work and somebody taking it away from you. Speaking of which,
Yeah, let's
take a look at another piece of art here. There's something about a wet floor going on here.
Yes, the man fall down. He ignore wet floor sign, and he cracks his head open.
Right there. Now,
Yes.
what's the inspiration behind that?
Well, the inspiration. Well, I think I should maybe preface this with. My artwork, it's simplistic. A lot of people tell me, Anton, all you draw is stick figure. But it adds to the absurdity. Yes, I can do fine art. Yes, I can do other kind of art. I do painting. I do art illustration. But this is what made me the most famous is stick figure.
It's amazing.
And it just adds to the absurdity of situation. But that is, you never know what situation come up in life.
So
and if you don't keep your eyes on the road, then bad things can happen to you.
So beware, watch the
always
signs.
look out for the danger wet floor.
Look out for the signs,
I
folks.
think it's a good life lesson.
Yeah.
And if anyone wants to buy these pictures, I do them for $5 on Facebook.
Well, I thought that was 5,000.
Well, something like that. It only takes me 2 seconds to draw. And if someone wants to send me $5, hey, Anton's not going to complain.
Oh, okay. So
it's the bigger painted pieces that I make all the money with. Things like that I can do in my sleep.
So on one side we have someone who drives a Lamborghini.
Yes, which
with all
we'll
this
talk about
money,
a little later.
and then on the other side we've got somebody that's acting like a starving artist. What are you, Anton?
Well, I like to give back to average people, because I came from poor background. I had nothing. We lived in 1-bedroom apartment, and we ate ramen top ramen noodle.
Ramen noodles.
Yes, ramen noodle and
hot water.
Yes, hot water. So I like to give back. I think you should give back. Once you reach a certain plateau, I think you must give back.
And we've got to give a great big shout out right now to Kid Rock, who donated his time and funds and finances to those, the vets coming back from the war and everything, going out to help out with our guys and gals in the armed services. And thank you, Kid Rock. Ooh, yeah. But anyway, back to you, Anton.
Thank you.
We've got another drawing here. It says, art is for...
everyone.
It is for everyone.
Yes, which is true. Art is for everyone. Very old, very young. Anyone can do art. That's just my message to you. Just go out and make art out of anything.
Very good.
Excellent. Just bring pencil and paper, and you can create.
And now what we'll do here soon, we're going to have you actually draw a much larger masterpiece that goes for one of those $5,000 bills. But we have with us right now a piece of art which recently hung in the Metropolitan Museum.
Yes.
It receives a lot of acclaim, and here it is right here.
That one is called Chickadee.
Chickadee.
It's one of my characters.
Turn it around to the cameras.
I'm working with the CBC Canada, and we are going to make a children's television show of the adventures of Chickadee, and this is Chickadee.
Chickadee.
And it started as abstract, but children love art. They love Chickadee, and I think he's a very marketable character, and you look for him soon with own cartoon. I mean,
amazing.
You can teaching ABC.
Now, is it true somebody offered you $250,000 for this?
Yes, but that's my original sketch, and that one's not for sale.
I am absolutely baffled.
Right now, and
amazing.
Go ahead and show other artwork, and I make Chickadee.
While Anton is making Chickadee, we're going to take a look at another piece of artwork here, and he's going, "Ew, it's a dog." What's the inspiration behind this? Somebody is in shock.
Well, yes, it's dog. You never know when you're going to step in dog poop. You never know what life will throw at you.
Which is more like one of those things where these days you have to go out and get the pooper scooper bag.
Exactly.
So when you're walking your dog, you got to take responsibility and clean up after your pets when you're walking them.
There goes your whole life.
Hold on 1 second. I picked up a call here. Somebody's calling about something. Yes,
This is Colin's show?
Well, yeah, that's a check the mail. Okay, I got to check the mail right now. So let's take a look. We have something in our mail. We've got our letter for the week. And before we present more of your work, Anton, question is, Dear Mr. Anton Fudge, I read about your life and times and the real down times with alcoholism. Tell us, Anton Fudge, how did you climb up out of the hole of depression and into the spiraling kingdom of success?
Well, it's been a long road, let me tell you. I've been sober for the last 2 years now.
Congratulations!
Thank you. I know I'm drinking wine, but it's very, it's not hard liquor like I used to.
Let's see here. Let me take a look here. Dude, that's Wild Irish Rose. I thought you kicked the...
Only the best for me. But
I thought you kicked the habit.
About 2 years ago, I have home down in Florida.
Okay.
And a Broward County sheriff pulled me over, and Anton loses his license.
Broward County. I'm going to take a sniff. Oh, dude, man. Okay, folks, we're going to get to the bottom of this here. This is Wild Irish Rose, and this is the kind of stuff that's nasty. I mean, okay, so what is this? You went from super hard liquor to just plain old hard liquor.
Well, no, wine. It's
wine.
It's actually,
that's not wine.
It's actually good for your
Wild Irish Rose
is heart.
It's good for warding off, insects and things that crawl around. You're in the jungle. You take Wild Irish Rose and you pour it on yourself.
I'll keep that in mind.
You pour it on yourself to keep the tsetse flies away and the mosquitoes and stuff. I mean, folks, this kind of stuff you pour over yourself to keep those nasty mosquitoes off you. I don't care what anybody else tells you. This keeps the mosquitoes away. But Anton, okay, but how'd you kick the hard stuff?
Well, it's losing license, and I pulled over by police. They arrest me, It was all over Canadian headlines.
I remember
cable
that
TV,
one.
Yes, Anton Fudge arrested for alcohol, drunk driving, DUI. And, I was put in jail for 3 days. My son had to come bail me out.
That was around the same time Britney Spears shaved her head.
Yes, actually it was. That was around the same time.
I mean, I'm sorry to say that her exploits kind of overshadowed yours, but I mean, here's on the newspaper, Britney Spears shaves her head! And then on little things like
local
Anton
Canadian
Fudge.
artist
Canadian
arrested
artist.
for drunk driving. But it was quite a turning point in life.
Yeah.
In
Did you go to
jail.
any counseling?
Yes, I did. I went through the whole AA thing because, when you get arrested in the United States, they make you go to AA. So I went to all the AA meetings. But they were very positive, and I worked with a lot of great people. I went to, a Betty Ford clinic.
Yeah. Now, I heard that's successful. I mean,
It's very successful.
how long did it
if you
take
can
for you
afford
to-
it.
If you can afford it.
Yes.
What were they charging you? Like several thousand? Or what
Yes,
was
it was almost
and a
in the
leg?
100,000s.
Whoa!
So I was lucky enough to be able to afford such place.
But I heard it's very successful.
It turned
though.
my life around, and now I'm clean and sober, and it's a really great feeling.
Amazing. Yeah.
Yes.
It's amazing you've gone from like wood alcohol and death turpentine to, well, mosquito repellent. Anywho, that's great. Great to hear, Anton.
Thank you.
Yes, and
Now I'm touring U.S. I can actually do live appearances like this. Normally, 3 years ago, I'd be falling down drunk right now, or throwing up on the floor.
I remember that at the last Comic-Con.
Ah, yes.
I went to go see Anton Fudge do his thing with Art live. And what happened? His table's bare and empty. And the security guard comes up and goes, "Move along!" And I go, "What happened?" "Anton, well, you were off
Yes.
boozing away.
Yes, I was at that bar down the street.
Yeah, but this time around, there's a good chance you're going to be at this new Comic-Con coming up in
Yes.
November. What is it, the 3rd and the 4th?
Yes, it's going to be in Detroit. I live in, like I said, I live in Toronto, so it's only 3 hours away from Detroit.
Very good.
And I've been invited to appear at the Downriver Comic Convention.
That's going to be at Gibraltar, correct?
Gibraltar Trade Center Taylor, yes. I will be there. I'll be doing my artwork. I'll be selling T-shirts and doing all my things. So come on down and say hello to a newly sober Anton Fudge.
Excellent.
And yes, it'll be a very good time. And they have special guests, which I'm very excited to meet.
Okay, let's hold. Wait for people. Here we go.
Drum roll.
It's going to be
Fellow Canadian, William Shatner.
whoa,
Very excited.
Star Trekkies.
Yes.
Trekkies and all those T.J. Hooker fans.
This is actually his first Comic-Con appearance in Michigan in over 17 years.
Wow! Everybody, get your Star Trek stuff together. Your was it the when he played L.A. Law or whatever it was? Get all your
Boston Legal.
Boston Legal. Get your briefcases together. Your Sharpie pens. Get on down there to the Comic-Con November 3rd and 4th.
And see Anton Fudge.
And see Anton Fudge and William
Shatner.
Shatner. Ooh, I'm going to be there. You know it. I'm going to have to pull out my big Starship Enterprise and say, sign the thing, And it's like, oh, dude, you don't have a... Anyway, yeah, it's going to be like excellent. I mean, I'm like not worthy already. But anywho.
Yes, its website is catspajamasmedia.com.
Catspajamasmedia.com. And that's where you can find out more about this amazing Comic-Con. I'm sure there'll be some form of links to Anton Fudge here.
I don't have websites.
Oh, that's right. He's so underground.
I have Facebook, yes. Website is selling out. You know how that goes.
Oh, okay. Okay, yeah. So you've got Facebook. Okay.
Facebook.
Now, coming up here, we have in Michigan, and it's probably already going on, is the Michigan Ren Fest. It's where you get all dressed up and everything. You go battle it out with all your swords and bow and arrow and see the belly dancers and all the other cool stuff and the vendors trying to sell you things for a whole bunch of bucks. But it's a good time. I was there. Have you ever been to Ren Fest?
No, I've never been to Renfest. Seems interesting, though. I understand that you have giant leg of turkey.
I want one of those again, yeah. And you just walk around like a barbarian.
Right.
And you're like, like it's like taking this chicken and rolling it up and just walking around going, I want a chicken here. And you walk around the Renfest and you got a great big stein of beer and you go, I'm from the Renaissance. I'm from the Renaissance. And you eat those things, you know.
That's what the Renaissance was all about, was giant chicken leg.
And you pick up women, too. Yeah, you go by the chick with the, her flowery dress and you go, hey, I'm a tough guy. Let's go home together. Yeah. Because I've got a chicken leg in my hand. Or turkey leg, yeah.
Sounds like the place for me.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And I heard, supposedly, through a local vendor, I can't name names, but you can go through a local vendor, and supposedly they have, like, tickets that tell you about bring canned food or whatever, donation day, get in for certain. I like donation day. I can grab up all the canned vegetables that I'm no good at eating or preparing because I'm a bachelor and take it on down to, Holly, to the Renfest and have a good old time and hang out and kibitz with all the vendors and all the cool chicks and stuff and everything like that. Hey, where do you go to pick up chicks there?
Oh, I don't. I'm married man.
Oh.
I got remarried after first wife, after she tried to rip me off. So I took the plunge again, and, I've been married now for, I think it's going on like 15 years.
Oh,
and I have
really?
a son, I have a 15-year-old son.
Yeah.
Since I don't want him harassed in school or anything, I don't never give his real name.
Okay.
But I call him Boutros.
Oh, really?
Yes. So yeah, I have a son. He's 15. He drives me around now because I don't have driver's license.
Kids drive you crazy,
They do, but he drives me around, and he's good for that.
I'll tell you what. Oh, speaking of chicken here. Yeah, I'm holding my chicken here. Picking up chicks is limited to this show for me. I'm super busy out and about in the world. Anywho, another piece of art here. This got mixed in with the stack. What do you have here, Anton?
I just drew that. That's his chickadee again.
Oh, chickadee again. Okay. Oh, we got a special one here you drew for...
Yes, I drew this one just before we went on air.
CMN TV. What can you say about that?
Well, that is my thank you to CMN TV for having me.
Oh, excellent.
And the Crazy Mark Show.
We're glad to have you here on Ian Smith's Weekly Entertainment.
I'm glad to be here. This is a lot of fun.
Ian Smith's Weekly Entertainment rocks. And I'll tell you what, if you're not catching it every week, then what are you catching, huh? You must be catching angry diarrhea.
Yes.
Yes.
Have you ever been so angry it just gives you diarrhea?
I'm telling you what, it depends what kind of food I've had before. That combined with that, and you'd better run.
You better run. It's toxic.
Oh, yeah. It's about that time, Anton, for you to jump in and draw us some fantastic art on that big board.
Okay.
Jump in right now. And while you're doing that, we're also going to go over the next thing that we have here. They said in the movie reviews, what's going on at the movies? Okay, well, just released was The Expendables 2. And I'll tell you what, if you're into a lot of action and rocking and rolling guns, and you're into a lot of knock 'em and sock 'em and drag 'em out, that's the flick for you. From start to finish, nothing but drop kicks, nothing but sucker punches, nothing but big guns. That's the thing for you. Now, not exactly family friendly. You don't want to bring the little kids or anything like that. It's a real He-Man movie. And this time around, they've got a chick in the flick that does a lot of drop kicks and does a lot of kung fu fighting. So now they got the chick element in there. So it's kind of cool that way. I would say it was kind of worth the full pay, the full price of a regular movie. So go check it out. That's my thoughts right there. It's a real man movie. You can't retain your man card unless you go see it. No. Anyway, and the chicks can go see it too because, I guess a lot of chicks are still into, old Sylvester Stallone and, and that kind of thing. They like those guys. So we got the chicks also cheering. But anywho, movie for all the adults. Anywho, Anton is working away here on a fantastic masterpiece. We're going to see what happens in a second or so as he works his magic. While he's working his magic, I'm going to ask any of you in the audience, have you seen the Olympics? Did you check them out? What's your take on Michael Phelps? Should they just leave him alone, let him do what he wants to do? Or should they keep on harassing him because, him endorsing, underarm deodorant and Speedos and stuff like that? It's like a bad reflection on the Olympics. I say, leave our main man alone. You're lucky he didn't go in and have to take up the slack for boxing or the triathlon or weightlifting or anything like that. Leave Michael Phelps alone. He's a hero. Anton, how's it going?
Oh, it's going good.
Okay, we're going to have to wrap this up very soon. So we're going to ask you here to deliver unto us an amazing work here very soon. And folks, remember, you can catch weekly entertainment every week here on this station in this spot. We need guests and musicians and entertainers. So get on over to the Facebook and let us know you want to be on. In the meantime, as we're wrapping it up with Anton Fudge, they've delivered my pizza. And Anton, hold up the picture now. Show us what we got.
Almost finished.
Almost. Well, we got to have it here. Come on. Put it up. Hold it up. Hold it up. Here it is. Here it is. Here it is. Here it is. Hold it up. Show the crowd.
There it is.
There it is.
Leave Michael Phelps alone.
Yes. And you're on weekly entertainment. This is Crazy Mark. And it's time for me to mosey on out of here and catch a wave. See y'all later.